So I'm continuing my trip in this video. There would be a lot of water here. Rivers, canals, bridges, lots of lights and beauty. We carry on. First of all, St. Petersburg is a port city, and lots is dedicated to the river Neva and its strategic value. It also brings a special charm and power to the city. So we are taking a boat tour on the Neva first. Neva River takes its source in Ladoga Lake, which is the biggest lake in Europe, and only 74 kilometers farther flows into the Baltic Sea. For about half its length, 32 kilometers, the river Neva flows within the limits of St. Petersburg. Neva was the major trading route of the northern Europe. So in the course of many centuries, there took place numerous battles. To control these lands, the Swedes built Schlüsselburg fortress at the outflow of the Neva from Ladoga Lake and Nishan fortress at the mouth of the Neva and at its confluence with the Okhta River. Those sailing ships usually take place in the ceremony of the Scarlet Nights, which take place at the end of June and is held for the farewell parties of school graduates. The Aurora cruiser is one of the main symbols of the October Revolution in Russia. On November 7, 1917, at 9:40 in the afternoon, the cruiser Aurora fired one salvo from the bow gun, which served as a signal for the soldiers to storm the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. All the key points in the city were already occupied by the Lenin soldiers, Bolshevists. It remained only to capture the Winter Palace, where the provisional government was located. So it became the main symbol of the October Revolution. The cruiser also took part in Russian-Japanese War. The team helped the Italians to eliminate the consequences of the Messinian earthquake in 1908. Today, the cruiser Aurora is #1 ship in the Russian Navy. This title was awarded to it in Soviet times and has since been preserved. The cruiser Aurora is moored on the Petrogradska embankment near the Nakhimov Navy School, opposite the Summer Garden. Now it is a museum. Peter the Great decided to build a port city, which was to become the gateway to the Baltic. Reclaimed from the Swedes, the Neva Delta was the best place to fulfill these plans. The river flows from the Lake Ladoga and brings its waters into the Gulf of Finland, divided into several branches. The area of the delta is more than 80 square kilometers. All this space was covered by large and small rivers, to which, during construction, artificial canals were added. Man-made rivers in St. Petersburg were created to drain wetlands. Water was diverted to the dug-out channels, and land areas were improved with the help of extracted soil. In addition, their channels were built for the transportation of goods. As I said before, totally there are about 63 rivers and canals flowing within St. Petersburg, with a total length of over 300 kilometers. However, all excursions include only 4 of them: Moika and Fontanka rivers, as well as Griboyedov and Kryukov canals. The Fontanka River in St. Petersburg flows from the Neva near the summer palace of Peter the Great and flows into it near Gutsuevsky Island. Here you will find a great number of significant attractions: tiny statue of Chizhik-Pyzhik, Mikhailovsky Castle, Sheremetyev, Shuvalov and Belozerski palaces, Lomonosov Bridge and more. The Moika River branches off from the Fontanka, separating the Summer Garden and Mikhailovsky Castle. Many pearls of St. Petersburg architecture, Razumovsky Palace, Yusupovsky, Stroganov, Mariinsky palaces, stand along its winding bed. There are still many rivers on the territory of St. Petersburg that are the channels of the Neva Delta: Yekaterinovka, Zhdanovka, Krestovka, Karpovka, Smolenka, and others. It is necessary to mention those rivers of St. Petersburg which are major Neva tributaries: the Chorny River, the Okhta, the Slav. The first one is famous for the fact that a duel for Alexander Pushkin was fatal on its shore. St. Petersburg is built on water, so there are many rivers and canals that need to be crossed. There are 434 bridges and 100 beautiful embankments in the city. A city of bridges, St. Petersburg is absolutely magical during the night time in summer. One of the reasons for that is opening of the bridges that is always a magnificent show. In total, there are 12 bridges in St. Petersburg that are raised. Whereas 9 of them open up on a regular basis, the other 3 are raised only on special occasions. Although some might think that bridges are opened for entertaining purposes, the actual main aim of this process is to allow through cargo ships that go along the Neva River to the Gulf of Finland and in the opposite direction. Since the bridges are open for navigation, they operate on the regulated schedule and can close earlier than planned if all ships go through ahead of the timetable. Several bridges are raised twice during the night, so to allow cars to go from one side to another. All the ceremony of the raising bridges looks magical. The magnificent white night's glow adds a lot to it. And this night adventure of mine is absolutely unforgettable. Here we went to one of my favorite museums ever, the Russian Museum, which is located in the Mikhailovsky Palace. The State Russian Museum in St. Petersburg is the world's greatest museum of Russian art. It was established by the Emperor Nikolai II in 1895 and opened to the public in March 1898. Initially, the museum was located in the halls of Mikhailovsky Palace, which was designed by Carlo Rossi. It includes around 1,800 works of art, sculptures, old Russian masterpieces, moved from the State Hermitage Museum, Arts Academy, and Emperor's Palaces. A majestic fusion of European and Imperial Russian styles, the Royal Peterhof Palace is an elegant complex known as the Russian Versailles. After conquering the Neva Delta and founding his new modern European city, Peter the Great commissioned the construction of a new summer residence on the coast, Peterhof, or Peter's Court in German. His team of architects and artists would give life to his dream of creating a sumptuous palace with lavish gardens. Once construction was completed, Peter would make a trip to the Palace of Versailles, which would inspire him to expand the complex and its spectacular gardens, something he would do constantly until his death. Peterhof was captured by the German army during World War II, and they destroyed much of the palace and its gardens. However, the restoration started almost immediately after the war and continues to this day, and the complex is still a majestic place to visit.
Самые вкусные.
Надо кедровый орешек.
Walk with me and enjoy the royal atmosphere. So my visit and my video is coming to an end. What I can say is my final. St. Petersburg is a special city, absolutely unlike the others. It has its character, charm, gloominess, and some festive and on the other hand some solemn looks. As far as I know, people are divided into two groups. The first group is completely, madly in love with its city, smashed by its beauty, history, nature, human heroism, which is a part of its background, and the others are just indifferent or even hate this gloomy hero. I'm in love with it. I feel everything this city is made of, and I want to come back again. Because visiting St. Petersburg is a lifetime experience, unforgettable and always in my heart. Come and see yourself.